flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First, we have our guest, and Barabee, the Old Williams Estates. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. You?
Not too bad.
We have Bob Barabee, Shoreline Engineering. We designed the subdivision. And this is my brother Kenny, who owns the subdivision. So the reason why we're here is because the subdivision, which was a long process, has been continued forever, expired in October, on October 17th with the planning board. We thought, in going to the meeting, they gave us a one-year extension, that when they approved it, as the approval, we had 3 years to build the subdivision. But that was a misunderstanding on our part. So we recorded the plans at the registry, did everything we were supposed to do before the expiration, but then we were told that we had to have built the subdivision by then, by October 17th. So now we're in a position where we have to refile everything, start over again with the planning board. So the big question is, because of the moratorium in town, whether we would still qualify for town water.
Okay.
So that's really the question, so we know how to submit the subdivision.
So it expired
October 17th.
Of
Yeah,
2021.
21, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when was it filed?
We filed it before, probably a week before then, with the Registry of Deeds.
Okay.
So the plans are recorded right now with the Registry of Deeds. We went to the clerk, and the clerk certified everything, the approvals as being correct, and all the old documents that we got approved by the planning board, that was all certified by the clerk, so we filed all that also.
What about the original original file? I guess it was...
Probably 2007 was when it got approved.
That's
yeah.
okay.
And those plans went through the board. I'm not sure which members were on the board, but we paid the $5,000 for the water department to review it, and they did. So everything was done at that time in accordance with the water requirements. Since then, we agreed to use ductile iron pipe, because I think at that time it was PVC. Yep. And we also agreed to put the curb stops in going up Old Williams, because there are 3 houses on the south side of Old Williams. The project is on the north side. So when we brought that main in, we have to tie it into the other subdivision which we designed on Cortland Court.
Yeah, didn't we talk about also about moving that easement, about tying in the dead end also?
We talked about it.
Yeah, okay.
We got prices, it was very expensive, and we couldn't get confirmation from the owner of the property on John Street.
Correct,
to go
yeah.
through their
That was, I think,
property.
on our end. We were supposed to try to contact them and try to work something out. I mean, I think at this split second, I mean, we have to talk to our legal counsel just to see what,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
what Gang and Gay said, you know, as far as, we'll have Tina reach out to them tomorrow
Okay.
and then talk to
Yeah,
Matt and
because
find out.
That's the big question, because it's going to determine if I have to redesign it.
That's right,
or if we can resubmit it.
Right.
Just so I'm clear, you originally filed in 2007,
Yeah.
and you had to refile in 2021.
Well, we did it a few times.
A few times,
over
okay,
the
gotcha,
years, yeah.
gotcha.
And then
Okay.
even the planning board member, when we went to file in 2020, the chairman was going to give us 2 years, which would have been great, and then one board member wanted to just go 1 year. And that other year would have helped, especially not that COVID was an excuse, but
No,
actually it was even getting materials has been tough, and talking to people to do the building has been tough because of it, so we were ready to go. Had a guy that was going to work with us, that was going to ready to sign the documents with us. That's why we recorded everything, and then this question came up, so we put everything to a stop.
Okay. So the planning board, what expired?
The approval of the definitive subdivision plan.
Okay.
So we now have to resubmit. The stormwater stuff has to be resubmitted, all the plans, the profiles, everything. Nothing's really changed. They have a new stormwater policy since then, but that really deals with single-family lots. in case you disturb more than 35,000 square feet. But this subdivision was designed so that everything was addressed through pre and post development of the entire subdivision. So the state and the town stormwater regulations haven't changed. So the basin we have, everything like we did on John Street and on Colton Court, is going to be the same procedure.
Okay. All right, I guess at this split second, we'll just get a hold of them, and
Okay.
then we'll have Tina get hold of you guys once we find out.
Yeah, Tina, you can either call Kenny or through my office, you can send us an email. And then once we get an answer, then we know how to proceed.
Okay.
We'll let that know tomorrow.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
I think that's the old chair that got right there and we used it up.
All right, approve the minutes of the prior meetings. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the December 16th monthly meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. The ayes have it. The reading of the correspondence. Does anybody have any correspondence tonight?
Here you go.
Thank you, Gary.
Financial conditions, the operating budget to actual balances, the income for the first 6 months of the fiscal 2022 is $1,307,071, with expenses at $2,008,712, which is 57% of our budgeted expenses. Outstanding water receivables as of December 31st are $45,992. The month's commitments are $17,454, and the water receivables for the month were $22,310. Is there a motion to accept the financial reports as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Is there a motion to approve the expenditure warrants as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Superintendent's report.
I gave you guys a little sheet. Just the monthly pumping. And the totals from this year compared to 2020.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
the daily pumping, it's kind of an interesting thing. And like we said, the efficiency in 2020, our efficiency from raw water pumping to finished water was 85.3% in 2020. And we started dialing it in then. This year was 85.1%, so it's pretty close.
Is there a threshold that we need to meet?
No, there isn't
from a
any
state,
number.
from a DEP?
It's just, that's just for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably look back to like, I'm going to have Scott do it, 2019 and 18 and look at what that was. But I just did the last 2 years.
Okay.
Because this is when we've started to really dial things in.
Yeah, this is just for the plant though, right? Yeah, I thought this was for the leak detection,
Well,
losing water, all
if
that
you
stuff.
look at,
Or is that the same thing? Or is that kind of integrated into this?
So the total, if you look at that total number,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, we had a really rainy
Right.
21.
season,
Yeah.
so the irrigation was down. I mean, if you look at the finished water, 144 million gallons we pumped. 2020, we pumped 169 million gallons. We did when did we do the leak detection? April, May?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
early
May?
spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was early spring, so we do, according to Jack, who does our leak detection, he thinks he found around 80 gallons a minute in leaks, which
Okay.
comes out to 35 million gallons a minute.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, 80 gallons a minute comes out to 35 million gallons a year. So I'd be interested to see
Next year.
next year.
Where it comes in.
Yeah, I mean,
Is he coming in again to?
Like,
Yeah, every year.
so this saves us money. It saves us electrical costs, I mean, just that alone, that's a huge savings.
Right.
Saves on chemical costs, gets our unaccounted for dialed in. It's just, the
So
leak
it's like-
detection was the best.
So it's like
way.
25 million gallon difference between last year and this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some more years just for the efficiency number, but this year,
Well, 2020, that 198 million, that was at the heart of COVID when everybody was home. That's when we had that water shortage and we were freaking out.
but I'd like to see 19,
Yeah.
18.
Right.
But I had Scott do his numbers.
It's gotta be more. I bet you it's gonna be
I bet you the efficiency would be in this low very bad from the years past.
Right.
Yeah. But we put all the meters in, we put all the, we
Uh,
did 2 filters, yeah, there's gotta be a major difference.
Yeah, and we're much more dialed in with chemical now. I mean, when I say we were not dialed in this year, we're 0.02% off. Like, that's pretty efficient. So no, I mean, the guys are doing a great job. Everyone, between, quick, I mean, obviously our distribution, their quick response on I don't like to say the word, but when things happen out there, that's so quick. And then just what we've done here with the treatment plant work, that's been pretty awesome.
So is it, just out of curiosity, like say 2019 was 70% efficient, and then we went up to 85% efficiency?
I'm gonna get you.
I'm just throwing
I'm
numbers out
curious.
there. Yeah, but is there any way to determine how much that efficiency, increase in efficiency saves us at all?
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah. I'm
So
sure
we have to
there's
look
many
back at how much
different
chemical we bought and the
Yeah.
cost it was.
Yeah.
Chemical, that price hasn't fluctuated too much.
No, it was pretty close.
It's pretty
to
close.
Yeah.
I remember one year it went down, one year it went up. They're all, it's usually pretty close. This year it'll probably go up,
Probably.
but, yeah, you can, there's a savings. There's a huge savings.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, our electrical costs are most of a huge number for us.
Yeah, like
100.
7,000, 8,000 a month.
Yeah.
For what now? For the
Just electrical costs,
Electrical.
just running the pumps, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
the wells, the pumps. And now how we're running some of our wells a little differently. We're not running C2, all 3 wells all the time.
Mhm.
Why? Why run 3 wells at 80 gallons a minute? Run 1 at 80 gallons a minute. You don't have to.
Right.
So we're changing how we do some things, and it's working better. So, I don't know, keep doing it.
Now that efficiency number, is that just based on leakage?
What we base that off of is how much water we waste.
Yeah.
In the filters,
Yeah.
mostly.
It's all wasted water through backwashes,
But the
rinses.
leaks included part of that?
The leaks is the number I look at is the finish. So us pumping 144 million gallons. So the daily number, we average about 400,000 gallons a day throughout the year. It goes up and down.
We could get, with the new meters, the new meters are gonna send all the information back to the office. So from the finished water, so if you,
Get really accurate numbers.
so if you have 1 million gallons of finish here, and we only bill out 800,000, then we
Yeah,
only have
the rest
200,000 leak. So we can't really, unless you do a 6-month, because we only read twice a year, right? So we could only do, so we'd have to look at the finish for the 6 months, and then what the meters read for 6 months, and then see what the difference is.
Well, unaccounted for water has been high for the couple of years I've been here, and I think it was,
A lot of it's flushing
I think it's
too.
been high for a long time.
We never, you can't meter flushing too, so maybe when we flush twice a year, that's a guesstimate also,
Right.
you know? You can't put the meters on the.
So, and actually, this number, we didn't flush this year. In 2020, we didn't even flush. This number's with flushing.
Correct, yeah, you're
So
right,
it's-
right.
So it's even better too.
It's even better.
Yeah.
We're wasting less water. We caught the leaks, and the backwashes have been great, so. There is savings. How much, I don't know, but it's wear and tear on an old system. Pumps are old, we've had to replace them. There's a lot of maintenance that goes into the wells. They're aging. So this is good, good numbers.
Right, NYU repair update?
Hoping for end of February they'll be here. We've been changing every appointment that's been booked, pretty much.
Mm-hmm,
Every
yeah.
slot has been booked for the last 2 weeks.
So people are starting to,
Trickle in. Yeah.
Well, we're having problems with
5, 6 a
Santa
day.
getting here also,
Yeah.
so that's our issue. We're doing our part, but it's getting the parts to repair them, it's.
have the people been calling in?
Yeah, when we sent out postcards for them to fill in their meter reading. So a lot have called to say that we'd already been there, or they hadn't been there, and we set up appointments.
And originally, we were getting not a good percentage reading back to us on some of the ones that had been done. But since then, Kim especially has done an amazing job in there of figuring out, not with a lot of help from them, but by herself.
Right, right.
Figuring out how to associate, you have to associate the meter, you have to do this stuff. and she magically got like 200 more readings. Like, she
Yeah,
is,
that's awesome.
she's doing great. So we're feeling a little more at ease
Yeah.
with what's out there.
Now, how many are still not done, do you know?
700?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 700. We have about 700 done, and we need 7 more. The more we get, the more we'll read. They work together. So, getting
Water rates,
sent out a notice
Yeah.
today
Yeah.
with the bills.
With the bills, we put the
Okay.
new rates in with the bills.
We also had to estimate around,
Around
Had to
five?
estimate what?
we had to estimate another, because they didn't send their numbers in with the card. So we had to
Yeah.
estimate around 500.
Yeah, and we put on another notice to call us with their reading or.
We think they'll call.
They'll be calling when they see the new rates.
Right.
well, you always have to estimate high, so,
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine, I'll make them calls. Giving them up, I mean, we've given them ample warning on every which part too. All right, with the agreement between the water main extension, okay, that's fine. The Elm Street mixer replacement, we already talked about that, that's all done.
It's gonna be, Elm Street was gonna be done next week. It was ordered, it's gonna be done next week.
Okay, so Williams is up and running?
Elm Street's coming in next week. I got confirmation, Thursday.
The mixer.
Yeah.
What about the Somerset well, Somerset Brook, Waterbrook well, Street?
Oh, I missed that one.
Somerset Waterbrook Street well, jeez.
It's just kind of, we need to sit down.
Well, waiting on Matt.
Yeah.
Matt has the.
Matt would like to be in some of the discussion now.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
thinks he's ready. Yeah, he
Yeah.
knows he's ready. He's like, I probably should come in now.
Yeah.
I looked at some of the numbers on the new, the program we have, the rate study.
Oh.
The program,
Hmm.
and I plugged in that, and I talked to Toby, kind of called me back today. He was supposed to call me back. Looking at how to scale it, I want to have him in, and just so I'm sure, can that number be plugged in, not broken up?
What
Between
numbers,
yours,
as far as?
it's just 6 million.
To try to pay it instead of giving them the interest.
Yeah.
6 million now?
Well, it's always been, it's 2 and then 4.
Oh,
Do we just say, do I want to pay them?
Or just pay it all up, figure out if we can pay it all up front.
We put in for an SRF on it, but not holding my breath on that one. I think PFAS can meet that up.
and they know you guys need it, don't they?
They do.
But they need some money too, right?
Yes.
Right.
Because they got,
They have their own issues down there.
It is what it is. I don't know.
Did we do, did we get the survey done yet out there?
Main Street?
No, at Brook Street.
Should be done. God, I've got some paperwork on that. I think it would, let me call him tomorrow. But it was done, but he had to do something. So I think he had to file it.
Okay.
I think that's all that was left. Because I had to get the information on the survey, and I got them in. Yeah, it's largely done.
All right, and then the agreement to water main extension. What
That
was
was,
that?
yep,
All right, Elm Street mixer, we're good, and then outstanding invoices.
haven't heard back from them yet.
Okay. All right, the new business antenna lease, Unison Site Management.
Go ahead.
That was the one, I explained it
All right.
to,
Yeah, so there's a company out there that wants to buy our lease from the tanks. You know, we rent space on our tanks for the antennas. There's a company out there that wants to buy the leases, and then they manage it, and then if they, you know how we went back to one of the, it wasn't Verizon, but it was another.
it was Verizon.
Oh, it was Verizon.
To
You know
see
how
if
we
they wanted to go on Elm
we had to
Street.
up their contract because they were trying to take money away from us. They do all that, so they just give us a lump sum.
One lump sum.
One lump sum, they take care of everything, but if they find Sprint or somebody else they manage everything, so we gotta look at
But
how
if
much.
they get a new vendor to go on, we get 50%, they get 50%.
In addition to, or in place of.
Well, basically, we just gave them ownership on our tanks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Is it $6
50%?
million?
No, probably
No,
not.
no, it was like $1 million for each one, but I have to figure out how much we would have made.
Alright, this was 15, let's figure out each lease, what we make
Million,
during the lease
yeah.
contract, and see
Yeah.
what that number comes out to be, to see what, if they're
See
giving you
the
$1 million,
details,
there must be.
There's something in it for them, they're not
Correct.
doing it for free,
That's
that's for damn
right.
That's
sure.
right,
Right.
so, right,
Okay.
so that's where we're at with that.
I mean,
And
what,
they gave me a town that they've done it, and I wanna call them a
Okay.
water tip.
So my first question would be, what's our benefit?
the problem
You know?
is, I just don't,
I don't like giving our tanks up.
I don't either. I don't like giving up
Well, it's
that
like a solar
asset.
field, and that's what reminds me of, you know, when you have solar, or I shouldn't say that, whatever company comes and rents your roof off your house, then
Right.
you can't just go sell your house, because
Right.
they have a lien on it and everything else, so it's.
I mean, the money sounds
Yeah.
great, that's an asset. It's a tough asset to say, oh, now we got 5 people up there, woo-hoo, everyone's, oh my God, the thing's a bear up there, is it gonna fall over?
Well, we've had problems with the welding companies and painting companies, we've had problems before with all this, so we have to like really make sure
Yeah.
that, because they have to, I mean, I can't remember the last people, remember we had the specs and they weren't about drilling and welding onto our tanks, and I don't know what hacks, I don't know what's, yeah.
You can
so
get any engineer to stamp something, oh, well, maybe you
Yeah, but
can.
that's what, remember we had that problem with that one antenna,
Yeah.
so I remember that when I first got here, so we had something that.
It's just scary.
Now, another thing too is now, do we have any fire police on our tanks?
Right.
So that's, what happens with that now? We have to be careful with this. so.
I mean, they're free, and we don't charge them anything, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Right, but what happens if they start ownership? So we gotta look into that, 'cause-
Yeah.
all right, we'll look into that more. All right, water abatement, discuss the residents in district. Residents in the district that have a well. So again, we have a person that has a well on his property, but because he has fire protection, he doesn't feel he should be in the district, which, that's what it is, you have the fire protection, so that's the reason why
That's why you get your tax rate, right, or in the district.
he wants to put it in abatement. Is there a motion to approve or deny 15?
Hold on a second, let's go back.
Okay.
So can we talk about it first?
Yeah, so,
He's in the district.
Yep,
But he doesn't, he has a well, he doesn't have our water,
correct,
so he wants an abatement to not have to pay the water tax.
but he has fire extinguisher service, or yeah, fire extinguisher,
He's in the district, yeah.
fire hydrant service and all that stuff, that's what he's paying his taxes for, correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
And there's quite a few.
This is the only one they sent me today. I'm assuming we'll get some
No, I
more.
mean, there's,
Oh, yeah.
well, we have a list of
Plenty
how
other
many,
people.
right, of wells that are out there on every property, so if we, again, say once we, yes to one,
We say yes to all of them? Yeah.
that's
Right.
right, which is not gonna happen, so.
okay. You didn't set the system up.
No, I agree with you, right. You still have the fire protection, I mean, everybody can put a well on their property if they like, but.
See, it's them on insurance too? No, in
Yes.
theory, right?
Okay.
How much, I don't know, but it does say.
Any more discussion? No?
Mm.
Okay, is there a motion to approve or deny? We're gonna deny it.
I gotta say it, right? No, see,
Is there a motion?
I gotta make the
to-
motion, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you were doing it fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I probably interrupted you.
Is there a motion to deny 1546 Cedar Street water tax abatement request? So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Sorry about that.
It's a new one,
Learn something new every day.
so you just need to sign this. So
No.
just hit July, and just sign it underneath. Probably date there too.
Does this go back to when they restructured the district or no? This is
No.
something completely
No,
different?
it's been-
Yeah,
This one's been.
it's just cut and dry. You had hydrant service and you're in the district.
Are there any that don't have hydrant service?
yeah, there's parts of town that don't. But not that they wouldn't be in our district. Well,
There's a few
I
that,
rephrase that.
yeah. Yeah, there's about 25 people that are out of the district that have our water.
Right.
And then, I'm not sure how many are in the district that don't have
Only
it.
25.
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of that now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Smith Street area. It's not as many as 25.
All right, we have a ban renewal, note sale for the Cedar One replacement well. I guess that was sold, right, to another bank.
Yes.
So we just have to sign the renewal.
Yep, you can finish out and then you can.
Okay,
sign
is
it.
there a motion to approve the renewal of the bond application note for Cedar One replacement well? So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The next regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners will be on February 10th.
Maybe I didn't have it on there.
COVID.
Sorry.
COVID leave?
That's, I probably didn't have it on there.
No, COVID leave.
The COVID leave. The town has, in the state where, if you're out with COVID, you can have up to 1 week of whatever time you have, as COVID pay. So if you work 35 hours, you get 35 hours. You get 40, you get 40 hours, so forth. Lenny probably knows more about it than me.
I don't know about that, but we've had a couple issues with.
Yeah, if you wanted to approve that.
All right, so we approve till, so we'll have to.
So what happens, so if they get
We can
sick?
put into the state for.
We'll get the-
the
Oh, we put it in the
back.
state.
Reimburse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha, it's like a P,
Up
sort of like a
to-
glorified PP.
Right.
We have an employee
Yeah.
and this
Up
is
to
a week
$40,
because of COVID.
40
Yeah.
hours.
Okay.
They're gonna get the time to leave for the week. and
Paid.
we'll give you-
And then we get reimbursed.
We'll give them the pay, they'll reimburse.
Gotcha,
And I
But if
think
they
now,
go over that week, they
Yeah, then they have.
tap into their own time.
Same time.
okay. All
I think now everybody's 40 hours anyway, so we're good.
Everybody.
Except for-
Except for
Kim's
him.
35.
All right, so 135, everybody's 40.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we'll just, we have to approve that.
Sure, it's always good to make motions anytime.
All right, is there a motion to approve the COVID leave?
I should have been more specific on what it was.
That's all right, well, I'm gonna abide, but we're gonna
Abide by the town,
the town,
Yes.
that's what the town does.
all right. Is there a motion, so you
Oh, so, yeah, so moved.
Second.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Good, ayes have it.
Can I add one thing? Our confirmatory PFAS sample came in at well below the trigger limit,
So we're clear there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're on,
That's good.
we're on a lower sampling rate than most people. So that's good.
All right, good.
What was the level, just out of curiosity?
6.1.
And the threshold was 20?
20.
Well, 10 is a trigger to do it every month,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and 20 is below the place.
Is that the same for every town?
Build a new well.
Because Bridgewater's at 20.
I have two more things.
Below the place, yeah.
Yeah. Bridgewater's at 20.
Yeah, his.
My dad got.
Hey, I need 40 million.
Yeah.
So there's no way to clean it up?
I need 40 million.
Right.
No, it
Through the
depends on-
plant, through the
Yeah,
chemicals,
yeah,
through.
yeah.
Activated carbon, but
Oh.
you can't, our plant won't.
Right.
There are new plants going in towns that, 3 years ago that are now having to put activated carbon in there, and they're trying to figure out how to do it. Like, where's it gonna go? We just built this $20 million plant.
Yeah. Weird.
Like for us, it would be like, it's gonna be a nice office. It was just, wow.
With 3 rooms in the
Yeah,
back.
we got plenty of room now for file
Just get a
storage.
construction strip.
Yeah.
Out to the office, right?
No, it's been, we are extremely lucky.
Good.
Can you do 2 more things?
2 more things. I didn't know if you wanted to, remember a couple years back, we did CPR.
Yep.
Well, do you want to do that? It's up for renewal.
Yep.
Yep, do that.
Okay. Our website will be up and running next week.
Nice.
Yes.
Really?
Yep, we had training the other day and we have another.
New
training
website, yay.
Next
Wow,
week.
the guy didn't die.
No.
All right, good.
Close shop.
To the 21st century.
Wow.
Yep,
All right, good.
yep. That's it. That's all I got.
One of the pictures on there, did we get rid of that?
I told them
It was
about
like
it,
a
yeah.
beautiful mountain,
Huh?
and we were like,
Where's our Dighton?
Hey, Dighton.
now? Yeah.
No,
North Conway?
no, not quite. It
no, it looked like
That's where I was last
Colorado.
week.
was like a glacier.
You like it up there?
Yeah.
Love it up there.
All right, any public input?
Any questions about the meeting next Wednesday?
No questions.
I'll just give you a little bit of a heads up. You don't have to discuss it now, it's something to think about, because you're probably gonna get asked. Any thoughts of doing more audits than once every 5 years? Because you do,
We can, I mean, that's up to you guys.
but again, I'm saying that because you're gonna come in and probably get asked that question.
Lenny,
So
if
I'm
it's not
saying
gonna,
that
if it's not
to-
gonna
so you guys
benefit,
can
and
think
it's all
about
gonna
it.
do is waste money, no. There's no reason to,
Okay, well,
yeah,
you don't
that's
have to
fine.
tell me.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm
fine.
saying this to
Okay.
give you guys a
Yeah.
heads up, so now you get time to think about it
Yeah.
between now and next Wednesday, how to respond to that question.
The last one was 12,000.
I mean,
So,
it's because,
But
I think the
15
people think
seconds,
that there's, you know, $17 million here in a bank somewhere hidden, or a mattress full of money. I mean, that's what the,
we're doing an audit this year.
Yeah.
It was an audit, yeah.
See, the thing is, all of us here know this. They don't. That all the years that the commissioners were so kind and nice to them, there was no capital improvements, there was no money invested in upgrades. Things just were going to hell, and the taxpayers are happy because they were getting reimbursed. They don't know that your impact fees were also, impact fees are supposed to pay for the costs, the impact for developments on the water district. They don't know that they just went back to the people, back to, so the tax, they've been all happy, and all of a sudden a new crew comes in, and guys, we're gonna close the doors in 2 years. So people are saying, what the hell happened? So it's education time.
oh, hey,
Hey, we're willing to educate, and I would also encourage them that our doors are open once a month when we come in for the meetings, and we appreciate you coming, that's for sure, to be a liaison, but we would love to see other faces here and to just be involved and see what's going on, so it's one of those things, and you're familiar with it. You
At
understand
our
it,
meeting,
see
it was,
A lot of people came in.
I thought our meeting went well, but
Yeah.
and it's up on YouTube.
Well, I mean, that annual meeting that we had that you were at, there was 20 people there? I think that was the most in one meeting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I know the first one I went, there was one.
Yeah, exactly, and that's normal, that's typical.
Unless there's
So-
an election at the meeting,
Yeah.
otherwise.
I hate talking, period, but when you're
And I-
talking and there's one person out there, it's like, why even bother?
I had them set up all those chairs thinking there was gonna be this crowd, and I'm like,
Nope. The unified message from the Board of Selectmen is, don't blame these guys. They didn't create the mess. They inherited a mess. In fairness, that's what we see it as.
Again, like, America is going through this. We're, a lot of other places are, you might have a 120-year-old system, Boston's 200 years old. We're 70 years old. This is 70 years old, right? And it was set up, a little messed up to begin with, so it wasn't perfect, but it's 70 years old. The wells are 40, 50 years old, some of them 60, 70 years old.
It all goes back to deferred maintenance and deferred capital improvements, and,
political game.
that's where it is, honestly.
70-year-old system.
But I think the good thing, I think the thing that we do well is we don't flippantly go out and spend money or come up with these wild ideas. We get the studies done, and we do our due diligence and our research, and then we make the decisions on what we have to do and what we should do. And that's key. If we were doing it blindly, it's one thing, but we're going out and getting we're doing all the due diligence.
Okay, we didn't get 3 filters done at once. We did one, we saw a lot of good progress from it.
Yeah.
You did progress, now we're doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we are spending money, I mean, that is, but, there is.
To stay open.
So,
Yeah.
I think the people at the meeting left there, they were like, okay, we see what you're doing now.
Yeah.
I think they came in under a different,
The
and left like, oh, okay, you guys are doing a lot.
trucks that probably shouldn't be on the road right now.
Come up and take a tour. Jeff loved giving tours.
I do, I
Of the plant. Show them what we do, and show them what we actually have to make the water for them to drink it. It just doesn't come out of the ground and go right to
People
the
are usually
houses.
pretty blown away when they
Yeah.
see the process.
Oh, my. Milk Street, is that still,
We're hoping to work with the town with that.
Okay.
There is a threshold, Mike knows, there's a February, I think, threshold that we need to get some stuff done, or the state really needs to know because of that grant that we got. And I'm hoping the town works with us with it. But, you know, Mike's been very helpful in that project,
yeah.
and others.
To be straight up, guys, I'm going to support Mike's recommendation.
It is a beautiful,
'Cause he
gorgeous
handles those.
piece of property with future water.
So what's the deadline for that? I mean, is there anything that we can do to push that along, and
Yeah,
so we're not up against the,
So we told the appraiser about the constraints that we're under with the time, and he's meeting them. He said, he's gonna meet it all. So once we get that appraisal done in the town, we'll just need the town to say if they're gonna be a willing partner with us, and then have the owner hopefully be a willing partner with all of us.
Now, when you say the town, do you mean the Board of Selectmen or the voters?
Both.
Well, one is easier than the other.
yeah, for sure. What about the land, Conservation Commission, is that, are they?
I mean,
coming in as well?
this land is for the town.
Yeah, I understand.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if a well goes on there 20 years from now, the town, it is still now conservation land. It's still gonna be
You
used
still have to meet the
as a
deadline. That's the thing, is how do you meet all that deadline?
That's my.
It's
Right,
gonna
so
be a challenge.
By who? The town, or
Yeah,
Mike,
I think
or
the town.
Lenny?
As in the Board of Selectmen, yeah.
With the vote, if they have to, obviously you have to go for a vote.
I don't know how that works.
And when is your votes?
We're in February 13th, so we gotta figure out how this all works fast. So we have to talk to Mike about it?
The 29th, maybe the second.
No,
Because we have a meeting Wednesday, and then we'll have one maybe the 20,
So
no,
this is
that's
February.
February's calendar.
Yeah.
No, we just need to,
Well, no, you said about when the Board of Selectmen would vote on it, so it's gonna be the end of the month.
if all is well and it gets approved through you guys, if you guys approve and say we recommend, then it has to go to the town to spend the money.
Well, you know you got one vote, so now you gotta go get one more. Everything is
But, yeah,
grassroots.
I'll let you guys know. I'll get on it. I'm on it, it's just waiting for this
Well,
all to get done.
I'm gonna say something to Mike too, to make sure that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't wanna let that slip through the cracks.
No.
You know?
$300,000.
We keep. All right, adjourn, motion to adjourn at this time.
So moved.
Second.
Meeting is adjourned at